Well, your decision to go camping is quite exciting, and how we get started is with knots. We're going to practice knots, so I'm going to show you quite a few knots that you'll need to practice and learn second nature. Be able to tie them at a moment's notice. Best way to practice that's probably on a table leg in the comfort of your home, or grab a chair that you can tie knots to, but you need to practice them. You need to get where you're very proficient with them, because you'll need them. So with that, let's get started. The first knot I'm going to show you is the joining knot for the Boy Scouts. It's also used for joining two pieces of rope. So we're going to come in and create a loop, bend back. You want to come up from the bottom with a second rope. You want to wrap around the loop and then go back down inside, creating a square knot. Now, joining two pieces of rope, you may have two shorter pieces of rope and you need a longer. This is the quickest way to do so. So let's show that one more time. You create the loop. Rabbit comes up through the hole, runs around the tree, goes back down in his hole, and you pull both ends. And that loops it in quick. Now there's another variation of that, and it's very simple. Some catch on to this quicker than anything. You got the two pieces of rope, right over left, wrap it once, left over right, wrap it once, and pull. So let's do that again. Right over left, wrap it once, left over right, wrap it once, and pull. And that is your square knot. Very quick, very simple, and when it tensions down, it won't let go. The next joining rope, or joining knot, very similar. You pinch the loop, rope comes up through the end, up from underneath, runs around the tree, but instead of ducking back in the hole, it's going to duck under itself. So it's going to jump under its own trail, like so. This is called the sheep bend. This knot's very useful when you have a tarp where a grommet's blown out. So you bend the end of you create a loop in the end of the tarp, then you run the rope up through the tarp, through the center, run around the tree, and then go under itself. And that will hold a tarp, and as it tightens down, it is very secure. The next knot I'm going to show you is not really a knot, but it's called a timber hitch. So you create a much bigger loop, about 10 inches or so. Take your finger and just spin it and wrap it around itself. And when you hold it to the tree, you'll reach around the tree, bring your tag in, and cinch down. And that timber hitch will hold. So when you're connecting to a tree to be able to hold tarps and tarp lines or tent lines, timber hitch is a very quick knot. To show you that again, you just create the loop, take your finger, and just wrap it around itself. Twist it several times. Then once you hold it secure to the tree so it doesn't unravel on you, take your tag in, work it around, come in through the loop, and when you cinch down, it's going to bite itself, self-tensioning, so it won't let go of the tree. Very secure for tarps. A variation of that to make it a quick release We do the timber hitch, run around the tree, but we'll create a loop that goes inside the loop. Okay, get everything nice and snug. Let's try this again. Get the loop, pull it. What you're going to want is a toggle. So I'm going to look around and pick up a quick stick, put the stick through that loop, pull it, and it bites on the toggle. Still won't let go. You can put quite a bit of tension, but when you're ready for it to go, you just pull your toggle out and everything just falls off the tree. Very simple. The next knot I'm going to show you is the Taughtline Hitch. We're going to wrap around the tree, take the tag in, lay it across the top, creating an X, reach inside and pull it till it gets a bite. Wrap around the working end one more time to the inside till it gets a bite. Lay it over the top, wrap around the working end to the inside, and then slide back toward the first two bites. Now that knot, when I pull on it, doesn't move, but it's adjustable. And it's an adjustable setup to tension tarps or tents. I use this knot all the time. While I have this here, I'm going to show another quick one while it's set in motion. It's called the trucker's hitch. This will also help tension a tarp. You create a loop over the top, lay it back on itself, and then pull that through the center. So as you can see, it's starting to slip, but as I tug on it, it's pulling on the main rope. So as I take this out to my tarp and come back, I go through the loop, and when I pull on it, it's going to keep everything, it's going to tension everything real tight. It's going to pull the tarp line tight. But when you're done, you take it out of the tarp and you're back in this configuration, you just pull it and the knot goes away. That's called the trucker's hitch. Tie that one more time real quick. Create the loop, lay it over the top, and you see, you just grab that and pull that through the center. So there's your loop. So when I come out to my tree, my tarp, I pull toward my tarp, gone through the tarp, and I come back in. I can put quite a bit of pressure on that, and it's not going to go anywhere. But when I'm done, I just release it. And it just pops right out. The next set of knots are going to be connection knots. And this is what we would use to connect to a tree anywhere along the line. So as we come in, you got several things you can do. You can create an overhand knot, which creates a loop. You wrap around the tree, come through the loop, cinch it down, and that's not going to go anywhere. That's very secure. Of course, you can also use the timber hitch for the same purpose. But one we've used numerous times, it's called the Clove Hitch. And you take the working end, and you want quite a bit of working end. So you take the working end and go around the tree. You create an X. As you go around the tree again, you pull that through the center of the X. And then you snug and dress up the rope, get it not good and snug. And when that catches tension, it's not going to go anywhere. But when you're ready for it to take off the tree, pull toward itself, pull that, and it just falls off. Again, we'll do that again. Come around the tree with the working end, lay over the top, create an X. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring it around the tree again and just go right through the center of your X. So as you dress up the knot, get everything snug and tensioned, once you put tension on it, it will not leave the tree. It's a very secure knot for heavy tarps. As you can see, these knots are going to be very versatile, and over the next week or so, we're going to be putting those to practical use. We're going to actually start stringing tarps and using those knots and explaining how they work fully. But I want you to start practicing these knots now so that when we get to that point, it's just pulling tarps up, setting them in motion, creating the outdoor shelter that you need. So with that, I look forward to seeing you the next time around, Tarp Nation. You have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.